This whale of a tale has a fine irony indeed. Few could have been surprised that the 1935 Best Picture Academy Award went to a film whose inciting action was unintentionally steeped with irony. Seen in the 21st century, the double standard of acceptable slavery, the Bounty's task is to transfer 1,000 breadfruit plants to the West Indies so that cheap food can be grown to keep the slaves from costing too much. Within the Western world, an outrage at systemic servitude on the ships of Her Majesty's Navy delivers a stronger message than ever about sanctioned cruelty to our fellow human beings. At the center of the storm are HMS Bounty's Captain Bligh. Charles Loughton's performance is a study of irascibility both seen and heard, and is reluctant to serve with him again First Officer Fletcher Christian. Showing his range and fine physique, if somewhat outdone by the bare-chested men and women of Paradise on Earth, Tahiti, Clark Gable is brilliant, whether finally having his fill of his murderous commander, or idyllically wooing, bedding, and wedding his sudden Tahitian love. But possibly the best acting of the overall talented cast comes from Franchot Ton's portrayal of Midshipman George Byam, who morphs from wet-behind-the-ears newcomer to a tower of loyalty, only to be convicted and sentenced to death, thanks to the unsubstantiated lies of his revenge-seeking superior officer. Byam's heartfelt, nuanced appeal at his court-martial is riveting to the last hopeless syllable. It's here, in the impassioned line, "We're not as slaves, but as free Englishmen," that the film, seen with today's century's eyes, collapses under its own weight. For what is worse, conscripting seamen from those unlucky enough to be pressed into service, beautifully represented by Tommy, Eddie Quinlan always a joy to behold in his close-ups, who leaves behind an anxious wife and their newborn son when forced into the ranks, or treating Africans as second-class citizens, serving their betters wherever upper-class Englishmen are expanding the empire. For comic relief, the ship's one-legged, brandy-guzzling surgeon Bacchus, Irishman Dudley Diggs was born for the role, appears to be a drunken old fool, forever inventing just how he lost his limb, until one final act of courage saves a principled sailor from Bligh's wrath, causing Christian to snap, then rally those of the same mind to send most of the others and Bligh into what should be certain death, traversing the unforgiving machinations of the South Seas. The male chorus sets a lusty tone on a few occasions, with snippets of rural Britannia artfully woven into Herbert Storehart's rollicking score, and the special effects leave little doubt as to just how dangerous typhoon-category storms can be for those sailing under canvas or hauling oars. But given the ultimate goal of their labors, beyond the cinematic wizardry that deservedly brought 3 cheers from all manner of critics and audiences alike, it's hard to work up much sympathy for any of the principals where they're punished, exiled, or snubbed by their peers. 4 stars for this. And if you enjoyed this review, please subscribe to our channel.